Hello everyone, welcome to Talk Fanfiction Audiobook. Subscribe our channel for new update and share our videos.
Chapter 16 to 16. This is not your character at all. Tang Li Xue really wanted to cry, but there were no tears that come out. Okay, the forest may be really dangerous for a fox like her, but could the danger higher than an evil sect full of scheming people with high cultivation? Ice. Such a bad luck. Why is my luck always bad since my previous life? Sigh. Of course not. It's just that I, as your uncle, worried about your well-being. What if something happened to you on the way? I will not be able to forgive myself if that really happens. Oh yeah, by the way, where is your right-hand man that always follows you everywhere? Xiao Hei's uncle put exaggerating act as if he really worry about Xiao Hei. But his act was too fake, or maybe he deliberately make it like that to provoke Xiao Hei. But from his last question asked about the traitorous aide, Tang Li Xue guessed that he deliberately trying to provoke Xiao Hei. What an irritating fatty. As I expect from the SC. Me Xiao Hei's uncle. Even I want to slap his face so badly right now. Xiao Hei was fuming with anger, his eyes bloodshot and his hands were clenched together tightly to the point where his nails started to pierce through his skin. Gritting his teeth, Xiao Hei wanted to jump out and kill his uncle so badly, but he had no choice but to contain himself. He closed his eyes for a moment and inhaled deeply while keep whispering to himself, "This is not the time yet. Not now, but soon." When Xiao Hei exhaled, he calmed down a lot and slowly opened his obsidian eyes again. "Thank you for uncle concern, but this seed is healthy and well right now. As for Feng Yi, he has another important thing to do, so we split up on the way here. This seat is tired now, so this seat will not disturb uncle anymore." Xiao Hei saluted his uncle and entered the gate. Oi, you leave now. Just like that. This is not your character at all. Aren't you like those MC in the wuxia novel? Cruel, decisive, overbearing, and op. You should just beat that ugly fatty like a crap or crippled him with one hit. Don't force this queen to change your name into Xiao Niang Pao, little sissy. Xiao Hei did not have any time to care about Tang Li Xue's curses. He had many urgent things to do, so he brought her into his palace and leave her there for now. What a tenacious little Croach. He could even survive after all of that ambush. Tisk. A bunch of useless trash. And they still dare to call themselves the elders from virtuous sect. It looks like I must revise my plan a bit and start to take him more seriously. The kind-looking fat uncle was no more when Xiao Hei's uncle went back to his own room, replaced by a sinister-looking fat old man. Master. What this subordinate should do to the hostage? The black-clothed man kowtowed deeply until his head touched the ground and asked with a barely edible tone. Do you really need to ask? Get rid of them all. That aide is really F-seeking useless. I even give him my most treasured poison, heart-melting black poison, and that trash is still failed. Really wasting all of my time and money for nothing. Search for his news. If he died, then it's okay. If not, then I will make sure he will be wishing to die every single minute. The sinister fat uncle gritted his teeth full of anger. The black-clothed man quickly went out of the fat uncle room in a hurry. His clothes were drenched wet in sweat. No one knows how cruel this fat man was better than him, and what that uncle said, he will definitely do it. Not because of loyalty or money, but it was because that old man was simply too scary and crazy. Tang Li Xue did not know that even though Xiao Hei was cold and overbearing, but he actually a decent man, but his uncle was different. Calling that uncle villain was looking down on him far too much, while insane word was still too kind for him and could only barely able to describe him. What a pity, he has a really good self-control. If he dares to attack me back then on the gate, I will surely, accidentally, crippled his dantian. No one can blame me if he is the one attacking me first. He sneered coldly while mocked at Xiao Hei. Sigh. Father. Oh, father. Why are you always sided with Zihao? Now Zihao already died. You even sided with his son, Ziyun. Am I really not good enough in your eyes? Fat uncle sighed in disappointment while walking toward the nearby window. The weather was quite nice with a blue sky without any black cloud, but it did not fit with his current feeling right now. Father. Please, do not force my hand, or I will. His voice became fainter as he squinted his eyes dangerously. The cold murderous aura emitted from his body was many times thicker and more terrifying than Xiao Hei. As someone sickly in her previous life, Tang Li Xue already lied down in her own small room for many years before, until she forced to work because her big brother diagnosed as being in a vegetative state. So how could she accept that even after become reincarnated into a mighty fox with system, she still must stay in the room quietly like before? In the end, she sneaked out from Xiao Hei's room to sightseeing around the Asura demon sect. Sigh. Xiao Hei's room is really full of expensive stuff. If I can bring one of it into my previous world. No, since I cannot go back, then I only need to bring it out of here and sell it. But unfortunately, I am a fox now. Chapter 17 to 17. Fierce internal conflict. Tang Li Xue observed Asura demon sect's surroundings and finds out that all the buildings follow ancient Chinese architecture. Basically, the building's almost like the Forbidden City in her previous life but far more extravagant with 2 or more floors. There were also many pagodas that keep releasing some kind of strange vibes and it looked like arranged in some kind of array covering the entire sect, but Tang Li Xue did not its exact function and could only guess it. The natural made wall that covered the entire Asura demon sect also has strange inscriptions carved on it, and Tang Li Xue felt that it has some strange connection with the pagodas. Tang Li Xue also realized that most people in this Asura demon sect were actually not guards but disciples. Countless disciples with different uniform colors were walking back and fro. Tang Li Xue guessed that maybe there are about hundreds of thousands of disciples in here, but because Asura demon sect was too big and vast, it still did not feel cramped at all. But the one that made Tang Li Xue happy was the fact that all the buildings here were so big and tall while her body's very small, so there were the countless blind spots where she could hide. Just like now, she listened to some disciples' gossips from the corner of the park while activating her hide skill. Hey, do you hear that our little patriarch come back just now? Yeah, I know. Well, he is a good guy, but you know, our grand elder is so scary. No one will dare to side with the little patriarch. Well, let's just skip all the unimportant part. Even Tang Li Xue spent few hours of her time to hear all their stories and opinions. To summary it all, Xiao Hei's situation was not looking too good. Xiao Hei's father, Mo Zihao, was a wise patriarch and also a cultivation genius. Under his rule, the sect became abundant of resources and become more flourished in only 5 years. His cultivation also proceeded steadily, and it would not take too long to catch up with the previous patriarch, Xiao Hei's grandfather, Mo Chanming. However, his uncle, the fatty Mo Chonggulan, felt threatened by Mo Zihao's achievement since he already coveted the patriarch position since a long time ago. 3 years ago, Mo Zihao fell under virtuous sect's sudden ambush. Well, no matter what people think, this thing was too suspicious and reek of someone's scheme. Isn't it just like what happened to our Xiao Hei? But since there was no more witness and evidence, the investigation was stopped in the end. Of course, Xiao Hei's grandfather, Mo Chanming, suspected that this was the fatty Mo Chonggulan's scheme, so Mo Chanming purposefully made it hard for the fatty and directly gave patriarch position to Mo Zihao's son, Xiao Hei. Heir, his true name actually Mo Ziyun. Mo Ziyun himself was a super genius, even more talented than his father. But he was only 15 years old when he became patriarch 3 years ago. It was also a given that his cultivation still falls far behind the 40 years old fatty Mo Chonggulan. Unfortunately, Mo Chonggulan's ambition was really big and he also very patient. He already started planning all of these for more than 20 years ago. His influence already rooted too deeply inside this Asura demon sect, and his people were scattered everywhere on every corner of the sect. While Mo Ziyun was just a teenager when he held his post as Asura demon sect's patriarch. Luckily, his grandfather was silently supporting him from behind the scene, or our Xiao Hei would not live long enough to meet Tang Li Xue. However, Mo Chanming was already too old and his time probably not long anymore. That was why he did not punish or kill Mo Chonggulan and only bid more time for Mo Ziyun. On one side, Mo Chanming was using Mo Chonggulan as a whetstone for Mo Ziyun, so he, Mo Chanming, could force Mo Ziyun to mature faster, also made him, Mo Ziyun, to learn from Mo Chonggulan and become more cunning and decisive. After all, even if Mo Chanming killed Mo Chonggulan with his own hand now, there was no guarantee that Mo Ziyun will not face the second and the third Mo Chonggulan in the future. What would happen to the Asura demon sect if that really happened in the future when he, Mo Chanming, died later? Could Mo Ziyun strong enough to defeat the second and the third Mo Chonggulan when Mo Chanming was no more in this world? On the other side, Mo Chonggulan was also his son. If there was really no other choice, or if something bad really happens to Mo Ziyun, then Mo Chonggulan will be his last resort to become the patriarch of his Asura demon sect. To be exact, Mo Chanming also cannot be blamed for his indecisiveness since the two of them was equally outstanding. Mo Zihao and Mo Ziyun was cultivation genius, while Mo Chonggulan's gift was his cruelness and cunningness. Actually, in evil sects such as Asura demon sect, the cruelness and cunningness were more important, unlike in the virtuous sect where cultivation talent was everything. But Mo Chanming did not like the fact that Mo Chonggulan's cruelness and cunningness was not only directed to enemies but also to his own family, sect people, and even to himself. That was why Mo Chanming became more supportive toward Mo Zihao's side. The current support distribution in Asura demon sect was 20% for Mo Ziyun, 40% for Mo Chanming, and 40% for Mo Chongli, but this was only on the surface. No one really knows how many exactly Mo Chongli's supporters were, and he also really likes to play pig to eat the tiger. The situation inside the Asura demon sect right now was in stalemate. That was also why Mo Chongli chose to act against Mo Ziyun outside the sect. Well, this is not a business for a little fox like me can handle, so let's just forget for now. Xiao He. Ah, Xiao He, I really want to help, but you know, I am not a Mary Sue with op medical skill or S-rank assassin from another world or a person reborn with future memories or whatever op crap it is, and my system also cannot help you at all, so I can only wish you luck. Tang Li Xue used her hide skill again while heading to another place after she was done eavesdropping the disciples' gossips. Hide skill has increased to LV5, there is even a farm here. Are there even demonic beasts locked up inside? I already decided that I will come here again to check it after upgrading my hide skill. Tang Li Xue was strolling around the Asura demon sect for a few hours from martial depository where they keep martial art and cultivation books to the kitchen in the end. After successfully stealing, tasting several dishes, to be exact, emptying many plates of dishes in the sect's kitchen without anyone knowing using hide, Tang Li Xue finally managed to reach mastered level in hide skill. Hide skill has increased to mastered at last. After wasting several hours and use hide skill for so many times until I want to puke. Damn. Let's see what skill it will be changed into. Chapter 18-18. Power leveling the skills up. After satisfied filling her stomach with the proper delicious human food, Tang Li Xue decided to go back to Xiao Hei's room. She also tested her new stealth skill on her way back and realized many new things. Unlike hide, when using stealth, she could actually move around without breaking her invisible status, but she could not use her other skill such as sprint, or her invisible status will break. Another flaw when using stealth was she also cannot touch any object while in invisible mode, even something liquid like water. Fortunately, something like water vapor or smoke will not affect her stealth at all. But Tang Li Xue was quite satisfied with her stealth, since she could move around without being seen much more easily than before. Moreover, her agility was already quite high now, and her passive divine ability, innate agility, actually stacked with stealth. Tang Li Xue entered Xiao Hei's room but finds out that he still has not gone back yet. Then she remembers that fatty uncle said about Xiao Hei grandfather's birthday tomorrow, and she also heard from the guards on her way that Xiao Hei went into the deep moonlight forest to find a special fruit to extend his grandpa's longevity as his birthday gift. Xiao Hei must be busy preparing for his grandfather's birthday tomorrow. That's why he is still not come back even until now. SSSHHHH. So boring. Bast road Xiao Hei. Dumped me in his room as soon as we went back. What kind of woman does he think I am? ... Why is it sound so strange? Meh. Well, I am bored anyway. Then a light bulb flashed in her mind as she thought, hey. Since I don't have anything to do, why I don't try to level up all my skills to mastered? Ha ha ha, I am so smart. She still has bite LV5 and scratch LV2 that have not reached mastered. As for identify LV3 and herbalism LV3, she did not even know how to level it up since it levels up by itself when she saw several herbs, so she decided to leave it for now. Tang Li Xue jumped on Xiao Hei's soft bed and stared at his pillow while laughing mischievously. Scratch again. Scratch. Bite, scratch skill has increased to LV3, scratch skill has increased to LV4. After ruining Xiao Hei's pillow and bed for good, she changed her target to his blanket, bed curtain and carpet, then started to spam her both of her scratch and bite skill again and again. Scratch skill has increased to LV5, bite skill has increased to mastered. Damn. This is awesome. Why I never think to level up all of my skills this way before. When she thinks caves, hard floor and wall in the forest that full of danger, well, in that kind of environment she would not have any kind of luxury to level up her skills in this strange way. Now I understand why all the house pets tend to ruin its owner furniture. Sigh. What a pity, my scratch skill only needs one more level up to reach mastered. Tang Li Xue looked around Xiao Hei's room and her gaze locked on Xiao Hei's wardrobe. She snickered full of evil intent and opened it up. Scratch skill has increased to mastered. After all of Xiao Hei's clothes shredded into pieces by her claws, she started to feel a bit guilty for Xiao Hei. Maybe I am doing it too much. Meh. It's his fault for abandoning me after going back. He doesn't even bother to give me food today. And he already promised to give me the roasted meats 3 times every day. Tang Li Xue activated her stealth and dashed out of the Xiao Hei's room. Since she knew that Xiao Hei would be so pissed off later when he finds out about it, she would not become saint. There were many empty rooms in the Asura demon sect anyway, so she only needs to pick one randomly to sleep for tonight. Ellipsis. The time already so pressing, and Xiao Hei did not have any time to lax now. Handling his grandfather's birthday party was his job as the current patriarch, and the party was tomorrow, but he only managed to come back today, so many of the jobs required him to supervise, and he also needs to instruct something like money expenditure, food that will be served, decoration that must be used, etc. There were still some jobs left unfinished, but he decided to leave it for tomorrow since he already too tired both physically and mentally today, and now already midnight. When heading back to his room, Xiaohei remembered about his Xiaobai and felt really guilty abandoning her as soon as he got back here. He even broke his promise to give roasted meat to her every day, today. Xiaohei turned around and went to the kitchen. There was no one in there at this hour, so he went to pick some fresh meats and began to roast it by himself. There were some guards or disciples that still patrolling around even at the midnight, and they shocked beyond words when they find out that their little patriarch has a new hobby now, making roasted meat by himself at midnight. Xiaohei ignored all of their strange stares and brought a large plate of sliced roasted meat back to his room. When Xiaohei entered his room and saw his wrecked bed, his first thought was some thieves or his uncle's people came in to search for something. Prong. The plate full of roasted meats shattered as Xiaohei dropped it to the ground and he began to panic. There were no important things inside his room, but if those thieves find his Xiaobai and doing something bad to her. Damn it. I will skin all of those people that dare to do this alive. Xiaohei said with his chilling voice full of killing intent. But when he inspected it closer, he managed to find his bed, pillow, bed cover, all of it have many traces that they ruined by claws and fangs. Xiaohei sighed in relief. So it was his Xiaobai that doing all of this. But after relief, as his tiredness and dizziness began to assault him, he felt his anger surging up uncontrollably. Xiaohei was shouting full of anger in the middle of the night, while Tang Li Xue was already fell asleep in the empty room near there. The next day, Xiaohei grandfather's birthday went on smoothly without any major problem happened. As for Tang Li Xue, she disappeared from Xiaohei's sight for an entire day and only came back to Xiaohei's room tomorrow after the birthday party to ask for Xiaohei's promise about her roasted meats. Xiaohei's face twitched as he saw the unrepented fox in front of him moving her paw asking for her food. He really wanted to spank her ass so badly. In the end, Xiaohei could only sigh in resignment. Well, it was also his fault for neglected her on the first day after they arrived at his sect. And so there was a new rumor began to spread amongst the guards and disciples, even the elders, that their little patriarch has a new hobby, that is roasted meat 3 times every day in his own courtyard for his new beloved pet, a silver fox. A few days of uneventful days have passed without knowing. Nothing big seems happened other than a few small skirmishes between factions, but all of that was not Tang Li Xue's business. But there was some big problem that annoyed Tang Li Xue. The roasted meat that Xiaohei's make now are super delicious. Far more delicious than the roasted meat that he made in the cave before, but the express that I get now is also too little, almost negligible. Then Tang Li Xue realized that the problem was the meat itself. The roasted meat that Xiaohei made in the cave was probably from a demonic beast, at least uncommon grade. The meat was a bit too chewy and hard to swallow but gave a lot of express. The roasted meat that Xiaohei's made in this sect was from proper pork or beef. It was so delicious that Tang Li Xue almost swallowed her own tongue. The meat was crispy outside while tender inside, but unfortunately the beast probably only pork grade, so the express she gets from eating it was so little. At this rate, it would take her a few months or even years just to increase one of her level. I must think something fast. My ambition is not to become a house pet, but gain my human form and become a deity like my uncle's son, on the Xiaohei grandfather birthday's party day. Chef, where are the grilled chicken, roasted beef, and pork crispy roast? The disciple in charge as the birthday party's waiter asked. It was on the table. Just take it. I am busy now and still must cook vegetable stir-fry and prepare some mushroom dishes. The chef was busily cooking. He did not turn his head and only answered casually. What are you talking about? There is nothing on the table other than empty plates. The disciple frowned and said in annoyance. Mate, you must be kidding with me. It's clear that I already cook it and put it on the table. And only you're here other than me. It's better if you cough it out now. Don't be such a jerk. The chef put his cook on hold and turned his body. He even started to roll his sleeve, ready to bash the disciple's head. Oh, you think I am the one hiding it? Or do you actually do this deliberately to teach me a lesson? FCK this shit, do you think I am so easy to bully? Come on. The disciple charged toward the chef and the fierce fight began. No one realized that there was a small invisible silver fox sat on the table where all the empty plates were. Aiya, such a stupid people. If you can't find the dishes, just make another one. This queen is still starving, you know. Such a pair of jerks. Sigh. It looks like I will need to wait for a while for my next meal. Chapter 19-19. The way to level up faster. Tang Li Xue opened her Immortal World's newbie guide and started to read it to find any other method she could use to level up. She find out that different from her that consumed meat to level up, all the cultivators used spirit stones and pills to increase their cultivation faster. Whether using the pure energy stored in spirit stones or refining the medicine efficacy from the pills, the cultivators could utilize it to become stronger faster, like tempering their body strength, strengthen their soul, purify their qi, etc. The reason why Xiao Hei's uncle, Mo Chongolin and Xiao Hei conflict was actually closely knitted tightly with this reason, and actually this kind of conflict was not only happened in Asura demon sect but all over the immortal world. To become stronger, cultivator need 3 things. Talent, cultivation and martial art manuals. Resources. With only relying on the talent without any resources, the most amazing genius would need 10 years to reach the peak of body tempering stage. However, the dumbest talentless idiot, if given enough resources, only need 5 years to reach the peak of body tempering stage. But to learn high-ranked cultivation art or strong martial arts, you will need talent above all. So all of this will make a complete vicious cycle. To learn high-ranked cultivation art or strong martial arts you need talent, but to increase your cultivation faster you need resources, and to get enough resources you must become stronger, therefore, you need strong martial arts to compete for it. Talent can only be obtained at birth combined with perseverance and hard work, it all depends on each individual. Anyone can get secret cultivation art and martial art manual when they join any sects as long as they were faithful to the sect. The elder or patriarch would bestow them with a copy quite easily, since they could copy any cultivation art and martial art manual as many as they want. What about resources? Once someone consumes pills or heavenly herbs to increase their cultivation, it will gone for good. Only one person can use it. Moreover, the higher their cultivation, the harder it will be to find the resources that suit their cultivation. For example, body tempering pills only suited for body tempering stage cultivator. When someone with chi condensation stage eat it will not bring any effect to them. Ooh. Then she started her research on her target for the next few days, and she managed to find out. White-robed disciples were only outer disciples, their cultivation only at body tempering stage. Easy target. Of course, she must pick a weaker one to bully, ere to teach them a lesson. Blue-robed disciples were inner disciples, their cultivation at chi condensation stage. Tough nut to crack. Their strength was on par with weakest demonic beasts. Red-robed disciples were core disciples, their cultivation at acupuncture opening stage. Definitely not someone she could mess with. Black-robed men were not disciples but elders, their cultivation at foundation establishment stage. Well, they all knew that I am Xiao Hei's pet, so they will not dare to hurt me, probably. By the way, Xiao Hei was also at the foundation establishment stage right now. Xiao Hei's uncle, Mo Chongolin, was at core formation stage. That was why Xiao Hei did not have any guts and ability to challenge him for now. But Xiao Hei's grandfather, Mo Chanming, was at the nascent soul stage and the strongest cultivator in this sect. Unfortunately, his lifetime was almost over. While all the elders busying themselves with their schemes and conflicts, the lower disciples also have their own share of conflict. Extortion, robbing, blackmail, even RP was a common occurrence inside all the sects. As long as no massacre happening, the elders will only keep one of their eyes closed. There is an intimate loving couple here. Yahaha. A group of white-robed burly disciples found a couple that kissing each other behind the tree at night and started to surround them. Kya tilde say. Senior martial brother. Please. Let us go. The timid white-robed girl started to tremble in fear. Xiao Yan. Don't be afraid. Senior martial brother, please let us leave. I will give you all of my body tempering pills, so please. The white-robed girl boyfriend tried to defend her and gave away a bottle of body tempering pills. The leader of white-robed burly disciples took the bottle, then said something full of contempt. Tisk. Only one bottle. Do you think we are a beggar or something? Ha. You must have more, right? Bring it all out. Say, senior martial brother, there really is no more. We are only new disciples, so we only get a few months of. Before the boyfriend could finish his words, the burly leader punched his face hard and they started to stomp him hard on the ground. He. Now there is no one disturbing us. Let's us try how our little junior sister's taste on the bed. Ha. The leader and all of his goons started at the white-robed girl that still stunned silly with a gaze full of L.U.S.T. But before they could went near the girl, there was silver shadow flashed in front of their eyes. Scratched stealth GYAAAAAA. My eyes. Who is it? What the F.U.C.K. is that? Quickly catch it for me. The burly leader covered his face in pain. There were 4 lines of bloody wound that started from his upper right forehead to his left lower chin. The wound was not too deep. Clearly, the one that caused that wound lacked in terms of strength. But its speed was unbelievably fast. The burly leader was not even having any time to defend or close his eyes before the attack came. The rest of the people raised their guard and started to look around, but they did not find anything. Scratched stealth AAARGHHHH. One more of the white-robed goons' faces fall prey to the claw of justice. Damn it. What the hell is happening? Who is there? Come out, you coward. Ah. Again one more fell without anyone knowing what exactly happened and who the one that do it was. I don't have anything to do with this anymore. RUUUNN. UGYAAAAAAA. This one turned his body and started to run away frantically, but how could he outrun the silver fox that equipped with innate agility divine ability? In the end, he also followed his friend and fell. The only one left started to kowtow and blabbering asking for forgiveness. I am forced to do this by Big Brother. Senior. Please forgive me. UAAARRRGGHHH. But how could Tang Li Xue forgive this human trash SC? She also used her scratch to ruin his face and eyes. The white-robed girl looked at all the men that still rolled on the ground in pain and did not know what to do. She started to look around in fear. Goodbye, little girl, you do not need to thank me. I am just a legend passing by. Adios. Tang Li Xue brought a bottle of body-tempering pills on her mouth and activated her sprint since she cannot use her stealth while holding something. She turned into a white shadow and flashed out from the scene in a second. After coming back into Xiao Hei's courtyard, Tang Li Xue ran to the back of the big tree and impatiently uncorked the bottle of body-tempering pills. The concentrated smell of medicine started to waft into her nostril. Ugh, I really hate eating medicine. In my previous life, I already eat all kind of medicines every day for as long as I can remember. To think in this life I will eat medicine with my own free will even though I am fully healthy. Sigh. Here goes nothing. Chapter 20-20. Martial Soul. Tang Li Xue popped one of the body-tempering pills into her mouth. The taste was not as bad as she thought it to be. On the contrary, it was a bit delicious. The taste was like herbal mint-flavored candy. Tang Li Xue felt a great amount of express surging through her body, equal with when she ate the demonic beast roasted meat before. EXP gained. Strength +1. Ooh. Good stuff. Again then. EXP gained. Strength +1. EXP gained. Strength +1. Ding. Congratulations. You achieved level 4. +15 stat point. +3 skill point. There were 8 body tempering pills in the bottle and Tang Li Xue finished it all in only a minute. Sigh. It's over just like that. More. I want more. But my offense is quite weak just now. If I did not target their eyes, I can only make a few shallow scratches on their face. Tang Li Xue decided to use 12 free points to increase her strength status to 80 and also upgrade her scratched skill. Scratch skill already reached mastered. Do you want to upgrade it to sharp claws with cost 3 skill points? Yes. Scratch ability upgraded to sharp claws ability. As usual, her scratch mastered skill disappeared from her current status and changed into sharp claws LV1. Now her offensive strength has gone up by 1 notch. It should be enough to leave some deep painful scars on those smug outer disciples' faces. But now she had another problem. On her previous encounter, Tang Li Xue already tried to use her wish to create a quest but she failed in the end. Tang Li Xue already guessed that system quest was not that easy to trigger now, but she already got some gist about it. First, she cannot trigger it if something that what she wanted to do was judged by the system as too easy to accomplish. It made sense though if she could create a quest like, I want to sleep at noon, I want to eat roast meat this morning, I want to sleep on my bed tonight, and get +1 level every time she completed it, she would definitely become a deity in less than a week. Second, she could only take one quest at a time and she must finish it first before taking another one. Do not look down on this condition because this was another deadly trap set up by the system. Imagine if she set up a quest like, I want to defeat Xiao Hei's fatty uncle, then she must definitely finish it first before taking another one. How long do you think for the current Tang Li Xue need to level up, evolve, and finally defeat a veteran core formation cultivator like Xiao Hei's uncle? 10 years. 20 years. Maybe more. And she cannot take another quest before she completed it. Whereas the quest system was actually the fastest way for her to level up. So taking a quest beyond her current ability to finish it was actually a suicide, so she must consider it really carefully. Meh, I will think about it later. Let's forget all of it and hunt for more pills today. You dare to ask for our body tempering pills share? Qing Wu, who do you think you are? Slender outer disciple shouted in anger. There were also several of his friends that stood behind the slender-looking guy ready to pounce to the guy named Qing Wu. Another case of bullying. But that short guy named Qing Wu is really strange. I could feel some sinister aura from him. Let's look at the situation first. Tang Li Xue lazily sat on the nearby pillar while still in her stealth mode. I have no time to squabble with you all. Give it to me now or die, and I will take it by myself. I will give you 3 seconds to think. Qingwu sneered mockingly at them. His voice was so hoarse that making it hard to hear what he said clearly. FCK. This little bastard really don't want to live anymore. Everyone, let's teach our dear little martial brother a lesson on how to respect his senior. The slender outer disciple and all of his friends' faces turned really ugly because of anger. 3. Time is up. Die. Qingwu murmured lightly, then his body vanished like a ghost under all people's eyes. Bang, 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 bang. Tang Li Xue agape in shock. Damn, that Qingwu is really vicious. He did not even count 1 and 2 but instantly jumped to 3. He also basically one-hit KO all of them at this rate. Strong. Qingwu. You are peak of body tempering. Stage. The slender outer disciple stuttered as Qingwu held his neck like a chicken waiting to be slaughtered. Correct. That's why I need many body tempering pills to break through to chi condensation stage sooner. As your reward, I will grant you a quick death. Qingwu said with a harsh tone while tightened his hand that was on the slender guy's neck. Oh, this is bad, isn't it? He really planned to kill them all. Halish T. Just how cruel is this guy? Isn't he already win? Just take all of their pills as his trophy, why needs to kill them all? Oh no, I need to help them all. Fast. Ding. Quest. First battle, defeat a peak body tempering cultivator and save the outer disciples. Reward. Level +2, stat point +30 +8, skill point +6 +2, 50 deity coins +12. Ooh, it works. Okay, let's kick this shorty's *SS. Tang Li Xue jumped out from behind the pillar and executed her usual set of moves. Sharp claws, stealth. However, this time her opponent was not the small fry like before. Qingwu felt a dangerous breeze flew toward him and he instinctively tilted his face backward, then throwing away the slender outer disciple toward Tang Li Xue. Bang. He managed to dodge Tang Li Xue's attack when he tilted his face backward, and he also threw the slender outer disciple made him crashed. With Tang Li Xue cancelled her stealth only in a single swift movement. Damn, he is really hard to deal with. How the hell he could even move like that, as if he can really see me? Annoying little beast. How dare you attack me? I will send you with all of them to hell now. Qingwu yelled out in anger, then charged toward Tang Li Xue and began attacking her in frenzy. Qingwu's speed was truly fast, almost on par with Tang Li Xue. Unfortunately, he was only almost on par, but still not a match for Tang Li Xue with her divine ability, innate agility, along with her sprint. Moreover, Tang Li Xue's body size was only as big as a cat, made her really hard to hit, let alone catching her. Sharp claws PPPSSSSHHH. Tang Li Xue jumped toward Qingwu, aimed at his vulnerable eyes, but Qingwu managed to predict it first and raised his right hand to cover his face. Tang Li Xue's sharp claws only injured Qingwu's right arm. Qingwu used this rare opportunity to cut Tang Li Xue's tail with his free left hand, but Tang Li Xue with her extraordinary reflexes twirled her super flexible body around and bite Qingwu's left wrist. PPPSSSSSHHHHH. ARRRRGGGGGH. Qingwu screamed in pain, and Tang Li Xue would not let this rare chance go away just like that. Tang Li Xue jumped from Qingwu's left arm toward his face and used her sharp claws toward his eyes. Sharp claws PPPUUUUUUUUUFFFF. Tang Li Xue jumped again before Qingwu's dropped to the ground and landed gracefully on the floor. Heck, she could even put a cool victory pose now. Qingwu that fell off to the ground started to roll around in pain while holding his face. This time Tang Li Xue's sharp claws succeeded in injuring Qingwu's eyes. There were 4 deep horizontal bloody wounds from his right temple to his left temple. Damn beast. You are dead. You are really dead now. Qingwu slowly crawled up while keep holding his face and shouting, combined with his messy appearances. He was truly like an insane person right now. Tang Li Xue also kept her vigilance up since she still did not receive any quest completed notification. Then it means that this battle was still far from over yet. Like facing a boss in RPG. Is it mean that he has second form like in the game or something? Tang Li Xue kept her distance, and she also did not let Qingwu out from her sight. Come out, my martial soul. Ice Wolf. Qingwu shouted with all of his strength, and his feeble aura completely changed as the surrounding temperature dropped several degrees in an instant. Ow. Damn it. This looks really bad. And what the hell is that?
Chapter 21-21. Continuous level up. A vague silhouette of a majestic blue wolf started to appear in front of Qingwu, along with its frightening howl, its Transparent body also began to solidify. Though Tang Li Xue did not know what exactly that was, but her beastly instinct as fox screaming in danger. However, since she already took the quest to defeat Qing Wu, then she must face it to the end. Tang Li Xue put all 67 of her free stat points into her agility. Stats increased it from 93 to 160 combined with her innate agility that tripled her agility stats, her current agility equal with 480 points of agility. Come on! Bring it on! Ice Wolf! Go! Ice Bolt! The current Qing Wu cannot see anything with his eyes, but it did not mean that his martial soul, Ice Wolf, cannot see either. At first Tang Li Xue still looked down on the Qing Wu's blue-colored wolf despite its dangerous aura, since its size only as big as a Labrador, and it was impossible for its burly body to move as fast as her. Her quest was also to only defeat Qing Wu, not to defeat King Wu and his martial soul. So Tang Li Xue thinks she only needs to ignore the blue wolf and attack Qing Wu directly until he fell unconscious. However, now Tang Li Xue realized how naive she was as soon as the battle started again. Ice Bolt! The ice wolf opened its mouth and shot 3 sharp icicles in succession toward Tang Li Xue. Holy sh*t. Dodge! Run! Tang Li Xue activated her sprint in an instant. Ice Wolf opened its mouth and dashed to the right side as fast as she can. Bang! 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 3 sharp icicles pierced deep into the ground where Tang Li Xue stood before. Again. Shoot! 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 Until that F***ing fox filled with holes. Qing Wu shouted crazily, his appearance right now really looks like an insane beggar. The ice wolf started to shoot the ice bolt non-stop like a machine gun. Each time it shot, there would be 3 icicles flew toward Tang Li Xue. Tang Li Xue ran around and zigzagged swiftly, sometimes to the right, sometimes to the left. Her speed was truly too fast to be seen, made her resemble a white lightning in the middle of a sunny day. Damn! This is the first time I am really glad that my body size is so small, like a cat. If my body is big as a horse, some of those ice bullets would have hit me already. Unfortunately, although she was very agile with her tiny sized body, made all of those flying ice bullets very hard to hit her, but she also cannot come closer to Qing Wu. Damn it! You want to play with bullets? Okay. We will play with bullet then. Mirror of the Moon active. Copy start. Name, Ice Bolt. Type, active skill. Copy completed. You want to play with bullet? Hi. Eat this *** starred. Ice Bolt active. Tang Li Xue opened her mouth and shot 1 sharp icicle to the ice wolf. Yes, unlike the ice wolf that could shot 3 icicles at once, Tang Li Xue could only shot 1 at a time. Her icicle was also smaller than the ice wolf, about only half of the size. However, Tang Li Xue's sharp icicle moved several times faster than the ice wolf's icicle, so Tang Li Xue's sharp icicle packed with more strength due to its speed. Tang Li Xue's ice bolt was impossible to dodge. Boom! The sturdy ice wolf shattered like an ice statue when Tang Li Xue's ice bullet hit it right at its neck. Qing Wu screamed in pain and dropped down to the floor while holding onto his head when his martial soul shattered by Tang Li Xue's ice bolt. After his body twitched several times, he fell completely unconscious. Ding! Quest completed. Gained, level +2, stat point +30, +8, skill point +6, +2, 50. Deity coins, +12. Evaluation, excellent, added additional reward, bronze. Lottery ticket. Ding! Congratulations! You achieved level 6, +30 stat points, +6 skill points. Oh? What is this evaluation? There is an additional reward too. So if I completed the quest quicker and more efficient, I could get additional reward. Tang Li Xue walked toward the unconscious Qing Wu, absent-mindedly while in deep thought. But unfortunately, I still cannot evolve yet. It looks like my guess is right. The second evolution need my level to reach at least 11 or maybe even higher. Forget it then. At least, I only need 5 more level anyway. Tang Li Xue was rummaging all over Qing Wu's body and clothes. She managed to find 6 bottles full of body tempering pills on Qing Wu. Tang Li Xue turned her body around, wanted to leave. She stopped suddenly. Wait. It would be such a waste to let this chance go away. And there is no guarantee that Devil Shorty will not take the body tempering pills on them if he regains his consciousness later, right? In the end, Tang Li Xue looted all the bottles of body tempering pills from all the unconscious people there and happily pocketing another 10 bottles of body tempering pills. She put all the bottles into a white robe that she took from one of the unconscious people and use it like a sack to bring all 16 bottles away with her mouth. Tang Li Xue went back into Xiao Hei's room, but since still noon right now, Xiao Hei had not returned yet, so she was alone in the room. Niahahaha. This queen is rich now. 216 body tempering pills in total. Wait a minute. Isn't that mean if I finish them all I will gain another 216 points of strength? Niahahaha. Eat. Eat. Eat it all. EXP gained. Strength +1. EXP gained. Strength +1. EXP gained. Strength +1. Unfortunately, Tang Li Xue's hope shattered when her strength stopped growing when it reached 120, but still 40. More strength status was actually an enormous boost. Sigh, so this pill stopped enhanced my strength now. Hi. But really, I am getting sick eating it, and why the hell I still have not leveled up yet. But it actually made sense since the EXP needed to increase from level 6 to level 7, probably more than AD of times. EXP needed to increase level 3 to level 4. Congratulations! You achieved level 7, plus 15 stat points, plus 3 skill points. Tang Li Xue managed to level up only once when she finished all of the body tempering pills. Her stomach bloated up like a toad as she lying on her back lazily on the top of the bed. My stomach. I want to puke. No. If I puke it out, now all of my effort will be wasted. If I puke it out, will my level go back down again to level 6 as a result? Meh. Not going to try it anyway. Only at this moment that Tang Li Xue really felt that using quest to level up was the most correct way. She could level up while gaining more stat points and skill points. If she was doing it well, she would even get additional reward for it. Sigh. Well, I already tired of fighting for now. How about exploring this sex farm to relax and sightseeing for once in a while? Ding. Quest, Explorer, explore Azura Demon Sex Farm. Beware, danger at every corner. Difficulty, hard. Requirement, hide, odorless, and trail cover skills. Reward, level +3, +1, stat point +45, +11, skill point +9, +2, 150, +38, deity coins. Bloody hell. It's hard difficulty. Can someone tell me? How the hell could exploring the farm be so dangerous? In Xiao Hei's room at night, Xiao Hei pushed Xiao Bai onto the bed forcefully. Xiao Bai, now you cannot run away anymore. Xiao Hei sneered at Tang Li Xue. Wait, what are you going to do to me? You pervert Xiao Hei. Xiao Hei was laughing and started to undress his clothes. One by one started from his robe, then his pants, until he was completely naked. Wow, look at that 6-packs, and he is not a small sausage at all. SSSSHHHH, that must be a long loaf bread size. Xiao Hei. I am actually not ready for this, but if it's you then I am okay with this. Also, this is my first time. So, please be gentle to me. Xiao He got into the bed and embraced Tang Li Xue full of gentleness and splash. Threw her into a barrel bathtub full of hot water on the center of the room. Cough. 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 You jerk. Didn't I say it please? Be gentle to me ha. Why are you so rough? Xiao He also jumped into the barrel bathtub and took out a soft brush, then started to scrub Tang Li Xue's furry body. Scrub. 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 Ouch. 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 I said be gentler you jerk. It really is. Hurt. Xiao Bai, look you are so dirty now. Where are you playing? Today, hey. There is even some dry blood on your fur. You better be careful. Listen up Xiao Bai, if you really caught some lice then this seat will not sleep with you anymore. From now on. Xiao He said while laughing mischievously. And scrubs harder. What the hell? When this queen asked you to sleep with her, you are the one that always wanted to sleep while hugging this queen tightly each night. Ow. 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 Stop it. Be gentler, you *shol. OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 22-22, New Skills. Headache. Tang Li Xue really wanted to puke out several mouthfuls of blood out now. She recalled her experience when she saved Xiao He in the Moonlight Forest before. The quest at that time also hard difficulty. It was a really close call back then, she was almost failed even with lucky sticker help. Without lucky sticker she definitely must search the antidote deeper into the Moonlight Forest that full of demonic beasts. The risk was unimaginable high and with one little slip, Tang Li Xue's own life will be lost in vain. She panicked for a bit, but when she remembers that she still had greater lucky sticker in her inventory, she quickly calmed down. It was her absolute life-saving talisman and her only cheating item to complete the quest unscathed, like when she saved Xiao He before. But Tang Li Xue remembers that lucky sticker has some kind of buff duration and it was not too long, only 10 minutes. So she immediately decided that she would not use it unless the situation was very urgent and she had no other choice anymore. She also decided to spend a few days to familiarize herself with her new must-have skill for the quest before going to explore the farm later. Tang Li Xue used 2 of her skill points to bot odorless skill and trail cover skill. You have gained odorless ability. You have gained trail cover ability. Since I all read, why have 3 of the skills that I plan to combine later, let's just buy 2 other skills and see if it really could be combined into an divine ability. Once again Tang Li Xue spent another 2 of her skill points, this time to bot silencer skill and erasing presence skill without any hesitation. You have gained silencer ability. You have gained erasing presence ability. Stealth, LV1, odorless, LV1, trail cover, LV1. Silencer, LV1, erasing presence, LV1, can be combined into divine ability ethereal form with cost 42 skill points. Do you want to combine it now? Yes. 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 It really can be combined into one super divine ability. But what the hell? 42 skill points? Holish asterisk T. Even innate agility only cost 10 skill points? Well, makes sense since this divine ability sounds super but not enough skill points. Let's try answering yes. Yes. Sorry, your current skill points is not enough yet. You can try leveling up all the required skills to reduce the cost for a combination. Note 1, each skill's level up will reduce skill point cost by 1. If you upgrade the skill after it reached mastered, the cost will be reduced even further according to the upgrade cost. Note 2, the minimum cost for the combination is 0. If your Skill level is too high or you upgrade it too many times, the rest skill points will not get any refund. Wait a minute, so the combination cost should be 50 skill points? But since I leveled up the hide skill to mastered it reduced by 5 skill points, then I upgrade it to stealth spending 3 skill points, so now the combination cost also reduced by 3 skill points. 50 to 8 equals 42 skill points. As the combination cost, Tang Li Xue's eyes turned brighter as the gear in her head started to turn at full speed until she jumped in happiness when she realized something. Mwahaha. Then if I level all 4 other required skills to mastered, I will get 20 skill points cost reduced. 42 to 20 equals 22. Now it seems more reachable. I only need 22 skill points to combine them. Niahahaha, I am so smart. Now I already have 13 skill points, I only need 9 more skill points. Tang Li Xue smiled happily and decided to check her current status before going to sleep. Species, Moon Fox. Grade, Common Level 7, Samaritan. Cultivation Technique, None. Martial Arts, None. Divine Ability, Mirror of the Moon, Ice Bolt, Innate, AG. Ability. Stats. HP, 4500/4500. Strength, 120. Agility, 160. Toughness 60. Skills, Bite, Mastered, Sharp Claws, LV1, Stealth, LV1. Sprint, LV2, Identify, LV3, Herbalism, LV3, Odorless, LV1. Trail Cover, LV1, Silencer, LV1, Erasing Presence, LV1. Stats Point, 83. Skill Point, 13. Item, Immortal World's Newbie Guide, 2x2 times EXP. Card, 1 hour, 7x Recovery Pill, 5x Stamina Pill, 1x Bad Luck. Sticker, 1x Greater Lucky Sticker, 1x Bronze Lottery Ticket. 1x Silver Lottery Ticket, 1x Cultivation Voucher, 510 Deity Coins, Level 10 Beginner Gift Package. After grinning satisfied at her current strength, Tang Li Xue snuggled onto Xiao Hei's body that already sleeping beside her and sleep comfortably on her favorite warm pillow. The following morning next day, Xiao Hei woke Tang Li Xue up for eating after preparing her favorite roasted meat by himself, and he quickly left after taking his own breakfast. With Tang Li Xue also started to familiarize herself with all of her new skills after Xiao Hei left. After experimented with it a few times, Tang Li Xue quickly realized that no skills in the system that was useless. All of them were extremely useful and truly miraculous. For example, this odorless skill, it could isolate all kind of smell from Tang Li Xue's body, making her completely untrackable by any sense of smell, no matter how sharp it was. Tracking her using dog, wolf, or bear's sense of smell would be impossible from now on. Once she activated it for her trail cover skill, it was even more bizarre. Tang Li Xue experimented by walking on the sand. Normally she would leave her footprints everywhere, but with trail cover, nothing came out. Even Tang Li Xue herself confused on how this skill works. And she believed with this skill, not even a modern fingerprint detector would be able to track her. As for this silencer skill, this was the most useful skill amongst all in Tang Li Xue's opinion. She experiment this skill using her sharp claws to nearby expensive looking vase, and the result? No grating sounds coming out. Not even a tiny bit of sounds. Tang Li Xue threw the vase toward the pillar. Pray. So it creates a sound now? It looks like only the things still in contact with my body that will not make any sounds. Let's try it again. Tang Li Xue held another expensive looking vase with her 2 tiny cute paws and started to smash it toward the ground. It broke into many tiny pieces, but miraculously no sounds coming out this time. Lastly, for this erasing presence Tang Li Xue did not know what this skill was for yet. But since all other skills were so useful, then it was impossible for this skill to be useless. And for once this time Tang Li Xue was actually correct. The Foundation establishment cultivator above or some high-ranked demonic beasts would develop their own divine sense and use it like their own eyes. They could scan using their divine sense and find any hidden traps or hidden enemies inside their range of divine sense, even if it was something invisible. The true function of this erasing presence was to make the user undetectable with any kind of divine sense, no matter how sensitive or sharp it was. Well, I already familiarize myself with all the new skills, except erasing presence, so I only need to wait until dark. Hopefully, any people and beast in the farm would be sleeping at night. Oh, I almost forgot to upgrade my bite skill. I will need it to bite and eat some naughty demonic beast later. Haha, bite skill already reached mastered. Do you want to upgrade it to rip with cost 3 skill points? Yes. Bite ability upgraded to rip ability. While waiting until nightfall, Tang Li Xue decided to read her Immortal World's newbie guide lazily about martial soul. Even though she still has a long way to regain her human form and have her own dungeon, but she really wants to know some information about it. Martial soul for humans was the same as divine ability for beasts. What the hell? I thought only the deity candidate as awesome as me only have divine abilities. So all the beasts have it too. Tang Li Xue was wrong about this. For savage beast, the probability for awakening their own unique divine ability was 0%. So amongst all savage beasts, only Tang Li Xue has her own unique divine ability, while the probability for all the demonic beasts to awakening their own unique divine ability was 30%, so only 30% of demonic beasts could use divine ability. As for the spirit beasts, the probability was 100%. Yes, all the spirit beasts have their own unique divine ability for sure. Of course, all of this did not apply for the evolution using the system. In other words, each time Tang Li Xue evolves, she will definitely 100% gain one divine ability, with the condition that the species of fox that she chose is her own path of evolution have their own unique divine ability to awaken. If not, then sorry, she still would not get any. In other words, if she chose some cheap evolution path without any requirement for evolution, she would not get any divine ability. **T. I almost miss my current divine ability. This system is really full of deadly trap. I need to be really careful in the future. Come back to martial souls topic. Each person has their own unique martial soul, and martial soul would usually take a beast form while some rarer one would take a plant form. Martial soul also divided by the rank from 1 to 10. Rank 1 as the lowest, while rank 10 as the highest. Martial soul rank itself related to many things. The higher the rank of the martial soul was, the stronger the strength of their martial soul would be, the faster their cultivation will be, the faster their martial arts comprehension would be, too, and many other more. In Immortal World, the one that has a low rank martial soul was always called a waste or a trash, while the one that has a high rank martial soul would be hailed as a genius. But the words after that make even Tang Li Xue dumbfounded. However, it was all no more than Immortal World's people narrow-mindedness and nothing more, just like a frog at the bottom of the well. On the contrary to them, in Divine World, the lower the grade of martial soul, the more favored they will be. The one that possessed the lowest grade martial soul will definitely be recruited as a personal disciple of some high-ranked god. Damn. Now, this really makes me really curious and want to know why. OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 23-23, Spooky Farm. Out of curiosity, Tang Li Xue continues to read it after having her dinner. She finds out that reason was actually really simple. Immortal World's people think that martial soul's rank will be like that for the rest of their life, but in Divine World it was different. The people in Divine World could use some heavenly herbs or divine pills to evolve martial soul to the higher grade. Yes, grade. Unlike in Immortal World, the people of Divine World apparently applying beast's grade to the martial soul. Too like the lowest would be poor, then common, and so on. The most important thing was when the martial soul evolves to the higher grade, they still retain their unique skills and passive skills from before. Imagine if a glacial sparrow had ice/water immunity as its passive ability, and it will evolve to true phoenix in the end. The phoenix's element was fire, so normally its weakness would be ice/water, but with ice/water immunity that logic will no longer apply. Moreover, with its inherited unique skills from when it was still glacial sparrow back then, the phoenix could also use ice/water attack skills, made its attack pattern more rich and unpredictable. This is crazy. Then if the martial soul evolves several times into several different types and inherited all of their immunity, too frightening to think of. It will be basically immune to all elements. Even Tang Li Xue hoped that she would get the lowest grade. Poor martial soul later if it was really like this. Martial soul. Arg. Impatient. I really want to get it now. But no matter how invincible the martial soul is, the user would still become its weak point in the end. Sigh. Tang Li Xue remembered Xiao Hei's martial soul at that time, when he battled above Moonlight Forest. That magnificent 9-petal blood lotus looks so strong and majestic. Its martial soul's rank is definitely very high. When Xiao Hei unleashed its skill, he shouted devour at that time. That must be the blood lotus unique skill. So cool. In the end, Xiao Hei almost defeated because his body critically injured, so Tang Li Xue still thinks invincible martial soul weakness was actually its master itself, but when she read even further, she quickly realized that she was incredibly wrong. Dumbfounded, Tang Li Xue read it even more carefully. From important parts. The way to use martial soul was divided into 3 according to its mastery. The first way was to summon it out. This was the easiest way in how amateur use their martial soul. The disadvantage was once the martial soul destroyed, it will heavily damage the master's soul too, so using it this way was actually like using a double-edged sword. Tang Li Xue remember what happened with Qing Wu when she destroyed his martial soul yesterday and felt a bit guilty about it, since the damaged soul would take far longer to recover than normal wound. It would probably take several years for Qing Wu to recover from his soul's wound, and during that time he would not be able to break through or use his martial soul. The second way was to partially merge it with your soul and compress its power. In this case, the martial soul would take shape a weapon that you most proficient with. Only a true genius could use it this way. For example, the master practiced sword martial arts countless times, then the martial soul would take sword form when its power compressed. The advantage of this form is that it would be far harder, almost impossible to destroy the martial soul. Of course, if the enemy cultivation far higher than him, it would still be destroyed easily, and the master can still freely use its unique skills. Again, Tang Li Xue remembered the blood-red sword Xiao Hei used before. Damn! That crimson-red sword must be his compressed martial soul. She. Oh hey, so you are a genius. Tisk. Envy. Hate. Humph. The third way was the most difficult one. Even a genius would need several enlightenments and long practice to be able to use it. It was to fully merge the martial soul with the master's soul, along with the master body. This process called assimilate. Not only the master would get all of its martial soul's passive skills and unique skills, his/her strength would be strengthened many folds. Damn! This assimilate mode, if the martial soul has all kinds of immunity, then the martial soul's master, would be really invincible. Tang Li Xue was wagging her furry tail in excitement when she read this, but she quickly calmed down since she still has a long way to go. She did not even have her own martial soul for her now. Imagine if this queen, no, this deity has the invincible martial soul combined along with the godly divine abilities. This deity will definitely become the strongest deity ever exists. Like the guide said, the humans have their martial souls, but the beasts have their divine abilities. But this strongest fox deity would have both of them. And both would be the strongest one. Tang Li Xue wanted to read about the beast's divine abilities. But she realized that the time has come for her to go since the sky already dark long ago. She closed her Immortal World's newbie guide and threw it back into her system inventory before heading toward the Azura Demon Sex Farm. With her current speed, Tang Li Xue managed to reach the farm's gate with only in a few minutes. The farm was actually very vast with many large separated buildings. There was a large pig pen, cow shed, and hen house on the front side, and Tang Li Xue explored them all in less than 10 minutes with her stealth skill activated. But she did not know why, but the deeper she enter this farm, the more dangerous she felt. Especially, the big building in the deeper side of the farm. With the dim light and how quiet it was, she felt something weird would actually jump up to her from the corner. Tang Li Xue gulped her saliva and steeled her resolve. Come on, Li Tang Xue, oh no, I mean Tang Li Xue, be brave. It is only a farm. What are you afraid of, you coward? There should be only pigs, chickens, cows, and other meat ingredients here. She began with the horse stable since it was the closest to her. This time she was being more careful and walked slower as she activated her stealth before entering. She walked step by step carefully, checking and turning her head right and left, again and again. See? There are only horses here, right? Ha ha, ha ha ha. Whoosh. Bang. Tang Li Xue's body flew suddenly and hit the nearby wall. Hard. -870. HP, 3,630/4,500. Holish *T. What the hell has happened? It did not take long for Tang Li Xue to know who attacked her. As she stared agape to the overbearing creature in front of her. Wah! The hell? Is that a griffin? That is a griffin, isn't it? When she panicked, her identify skill activated automatically. Species, Wind Lion Eagle. Grade, Uncommon. Level, 21. HP, 16,500/16,500. The creature in front of her has a half-lion half-eagle body. Its size was 3 to 4 times bigger than an ox, and it was also equipped with a wide pair of eagle wings. Ruoaaar. Another beast roared so loud that it made Tang Li Xue's vision darkened and almost fainted on the spot. -920. HP 2,710/4,500. Just from the sound, Tang Li Xue immediately knew that it was from another demonic beast, and she was really sure that she did not want to know what kind of beast is that. Ruoyuan. But she immediately aware that before she would die at this rate before she reached the door. Tang Li Xue instantly remembered the skill required for this quest. Odorless and trail cover. She swiftly activated the two of those skills along with her stealth while dashed to the corner of the stable. Tang Li Xue already tested it before, even though stealth cannot be activated at the same time as sprint, but it could actually be activated with odorless, trail cover, silencer, and erasing presence without any problem. However, activating 5 skills at the same time would drain her stamina far too fast, and she could only maintain it for less than 3 minutes, so she usually only activate stealth. The Wind Lion Eagle and its friend, the Black Tiger, was still attacking madly, but they were only attacking blindly this time without any clear target. Tang Li Xue sighed in relief. It looks like those two only mad because they lost her track when she used the 3 skills. She checked the black tiger with her identify after calmed herself down. Species, Black Demon Tiger Grade, Uncommon. Level, 22. HP, 17,400/17,400. A vicious-looking black K tiger with a scorpion tail, a pair of black raven wings, and its blood-colored eyes really make Tang Li Xue scared. It was also even bigger than Wind Lion. Eagle. Tang Li Xue gulped her saliva when she explored this horse stable. Apparently, these two were not the only demonic beasts in here. There were several tens of demonic beasts here and all of them uncommon grade. All of them actually 1 grade higher than her. After exploring every inch and corner of the stable slowly and carefully step by step, Tang Li Xue took 3 hours to actually exploring the stable. Of course, she used many of her time to rest and recharge her stamina since she needed to activate 3 of her skills at once when exploring. She sighed again in relief after she managed to step outside. Damn it! What the hell is this place? How the hell there are so many? Tang Li Xue stunned silly once again when she saw the signboard in front of the stable. Mounts stable. All the mounts are docile as long as you bring food for them. Do you think I am a groom or stable boy? Where can I find foods for those big guys? Tang Li Xue spotted 3 other big solid buildings and suddenly she felt like this quest was actually too hard for her to handle. She only entered this stable that all of the mounts marked as docile, but she already loses half of her health already, while the other 3, judging from its gloomy aura and invisible pressure, must have higher difficulty than this one. Oh my god! I really make a mistake this time. But I do not have any other choice. If I do not finish this quest, I will not be able to take any quest from now on. Sigh, the good news is after I finish this quest, I will be able to evolve once again. Work hard, Tang Li Xue. Here goes nothing. Go. OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 24-24, Weird Tall Pagoda. Tang Li Xue left terrible pain across her body and she checked her current HP. HP, 2,710/4,500. She was afraid that someone or some beasts would ambush her again in some building. Should I eat recovery pill to heal all of my wounds? But I only have 7 of these things. After hesitating for a while, Tang Li Xue gritted her teeth and decided to eat the recovery pill since she thought she would probably get it again after reaching level 10 and open the LV10 beginner package later. Tang Li Xue popped the recovery pill into her mouth full of unwillingness. She already witnessed how miraculous this pill was when she gave it to Xiao He before when he was critically wounded, but watching how it works and let her body experience it by herself were 2 different things. She immediately realized that all her wounds stopped bleeding, and her pain vanished like smoke. Her wounds scabbed in a few seconds, then fully healed before even 1 minute passed. Her beautiful silver fur even grew back again on the place where she got her wounds before, and she was as good as new in only a few minutes. HP, 4,500/4,500. Damn. This is really good stuff. I must use these things more carefully in the future. I am afraid I will be targeted by people for these if I use it in front of anyone. Tang Li Xue wanted to finish this quest as fast as she can, so she did not waste any more time and heading to the next building. Actually, there were many other buildings in this farm, but most of them were the huts for all the caretakers to live in. Tang Li Xue did not feel any need to check all of them one by one, since the quest only said explore Azura Demon Sex Farm and not to explore every building in Azura Demon Sex Farm, so she only needs to check all the important buildings in the farm. The next building was a 7-floor tall pagoda. At first, Tang Li Xue felt something was weird with this building when she saw the tall pagoda from the distance. But after she arrived at the near pagoda, she immediately aware that this 7-floor tall pagoda actually did not have any window at all. What a weird place. I have a bad feeling about this. This time Tang Li Xue already learned her lesson from before, and looking for some kind of warning notice or clue about it. There was no signboard this time, but she managed to find a warning notice written on a piece of paper pasted on beside the double door gate. Beware of your head. Please wear a steel helmet before entering. Do not forget to close the door after getting in or out. No sh*t. With this tiny body of mine, if I wear a ends steel helmet, then I will not even be able to see the road in front of me. Moreover, where I could find a steel helmet in the middle of the night like this? Tang Li Xue thought this tall pagoda would be locked and she must search for the key first, but she was wrong this time. She could push the door with her tiny furry paws and enter easily. So dark here, is there some kind of bulb or light here? She cannot see anything inside the pagoda at all since it was so dark without any speck of light here. However, she still remembers about beware of your head warning, so she walking carefully with her head dropped down as low as possible. It was already human nature, air and beast nature. If someone warned them watch out for your head, they would stop paying attention to the ground and focused their attention to anything above their head, that was including the current Tang Li Xue too. The warning was not a trap at all. On the contrary, it was really correct, but unfortunately Tang Li Xue's luck already up. This time. Clay ah. Ouch. F***ck. What the hell is this? Her surrounding was so dark that she did not know what she hit just now, but it looks like some kind of metal plate or basin, but that was not important anymore right now. Because hundreds tiny pairs of green eyes lit up at the same time after Tang Li Xue accidentally knocked on the metal basin. From the wall to the ceiling, all covered by the tiny pair of green eyes, and Tang Li Xue also realized that this pagoda was actually only one floor, since no floor separated it at all. Oh my god. What the hell is that? Retreat. Tang Li Xue dashed toward the gate with her full speed. She also activated her sprint swiftly without any hesitation, since this was not the time to worry about breaking her stealth skill with it. Countless tiny pairs of green eyes flew toward her with frightening speed at the same time, like a flood. Only countless faint sounds of wing flapping can be heard. Mommy. This is beyond frightening. Okay. Help. Caretaker. Groom. Keeper. After exited from the pagoda, she quickly pulled the door with her tiny paws and closed it. She could even hear countless banging sound from behind the sturdy door after that. Fortunately, Tang Li Xue did not enter too deeply into the pagoda yet, or she would already be caught by those things by now. Sigh. Now I know why to open the door I must push it instead of pull it from outside, and why it is not locked. If the door can be pushed from inside, then those countless little critters would already escape from there. And there is no need to lock it, since they cannot pull the door from inside with their tiny wing anyway. Minus 560 HP, 3,940/4,500. Tang Li Xue's tiny body rolled a few meters on the ground as she felt something heavy hit her from her right side. When she saw what exactly that hit her, she realized that one of the little critters from inside the pagoda escaped outside with her. Species, Flash Bat. Grade, Uncommon. Level, 5. HP, 7,500/7,500. A black bat as big as an adu.l.t palm, but it has a pair of sharp horns on the top of its head, and that tiny pair of green eyes that glow like a pair of fireflies was very creepy. Another uncommon grade demonic beasts. But its level, along with its health, is quite low for a uncommon grade demonic beast. Let's do this then. Fight. Tang Li Xue could actually run from it, but she was afraid that this escaped little critter would create a commotion and draw unwanted attention before she could finish her quest. So, in the end, she decided to slay it. However, Tang Li Xue did not know that this flash bat was actually used for delivering a message or letter. It did not afraid sun at all, could see clearly at night, and the most important of all, it was unbelievably fast. Unfortunately, this flash bat has low defense and health. In short, this flash bat was actually the same type as Tang Li Xue, high speed but brittle defense. Also, this flash bat has an important ability that Tang Li Xue did not have, flight. Damn it! I can't reach that little critter at all. The flash bird dived down suddenly at breakneck speed toward Tang Li Xue. Baa. -620. HP, 3,320/4,500. Again Tang Li Xue threw several meters behind because of the impact. Damn it! I must think something fast. OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 25-25, Moon Fox vs Flash Bat. The gear in Tang Li Xue's head was spinning at full speed. This was not in the game where she can spam her skills, hoping it to hit the enemy, and her enemy was also not some dumb AI from some action RPG game. Uncommon grade beast's intelligence already quite high. Although still cannot be compared to humans, but it could still be compared to a dolphin at the very least. However, their battle instinct was surely better than most humans. Tang Li Xue already tried to copy the flash bat's flight ability, but she failed in the end. Well, it was actually not its ability but more like the skill it gained from its body parts, so since Tang Li Xue did not a pair of wings, she cannot copy flight. This principle also applied to fishes. Tang Li Xue can copy its swim skill, but she cannot copy its ability to breathe underwater since she did not have any gills. Tang Li Xue also already took Ice Bolt into consideration. But her enemy this time was not a dumb ice wolf that stood still while spraying countless sharp icicles like before, but a very fast-moving beast that could move freely in the sky. And her ice bolt was not a sniper rifle with a proper telescope, and she was also not someone trained in sniping a moving object. In short, her probability to hit her fast-moving target was smaller than a blind man trying to score bullseye in the darts game. However, that was not an excuse for her to surrender and admit defeat. She managed to formulate a working strategy in a few seconds. Okay. It's simple. I only need to target its wings, right? Easy. Without hesitation, Tang Li Xue opened her skill list panel and used one of her skill point to buy jump skill. Here it comes again. This time Tang Li Xue did not stand still or trying to dodge it like before, since she knew it was useless. Then she decided to charge forward toward the flash bat instead with her full speed. -1020. HP, 2,300/4,500. This crash was a lot harder than before, and the damage she received also higher. The recoil was so nasty that it made her tiny furry body threw high in the air instead of rolled on the ground like before. Tang Li Xue forced to gulp down the fishy taste of her own blood on her mouth back to her throat while okay her head to clear the dizziness on her mind. Now is the time. That nasty crash was not only affecting Tang Li Xue but also the flash bat. It forced to halt its movement for a few seconds and flap its wings to stabilize itself from the crash recoil. Tang Li Xue skillfully flipped her body on the mid-air and shot out her ice bolt toward the stunned flash bat. Clonk! The ice bolt shattered into pieces when it hit the flash bat's wing. The flash bat did not hurt at all, but its flight turned shaky because of it. While Tang Li Xue's body smashed to the ground after shooting the ice bolt from the mid-air, but she gritted her teeth to withstand the pain and charged one again using her full speed toward the flash bat. The flash bat panicked a bit and swiftly flapping its wings to fly higher and keep its distance from Tang Li Xue. But Tang Li Xue already long anticipated that. Jump. The jump skill effect was the same as dash. It did not give the user the ability to jump since everyone can jump, but it enhanced the height of her jump twice higher. Tang Li Xue came toward the flash bat like a comet, and the flash bat never thought that Tang Li Xue can jump that high, so it did not have enough time to dodge. Rib. Tang Li Xue's sharp fang sunk into the flash bat's left wing tightly, and she started to spam her close combat skills repeatedly toward flash bat's right wing. Sharp claw. Sharp claw. Sharp claw. Sharp claw has increased to LV2. The flash bat could no longer tolerate Tang Li Xue's assault, and they started to plunge to the ground together. Bam! Tang Li Xue, still persistent with her rip skill and not let the flash bat's left wing out of her mouth even after both of them crashed onto the ground. Aren't you great at fighting in the sky? Now I bring you to the ground. What can you do here? Ha! Ha! Tang Li Xue's strength was getting stronger on the ground. Since she could stand using her furry paws and use one of her remaining paws to hold the flash bat down, she ripped the flash bat's left wing apart using her rip skill. Rip has increased to LV2. The rest of the fight was easy since without flight the flash bat, already losing most of its mobility and its attacking skill, was only bite. Phew! Oh my god! I swear this is my hardest fight since I reincarnate until now. Actually, the element of surprise from the ice bolt was playing a very crucial part for her strategy. If she already used it since the start of the battle, that flash bat would already wary for it and would not startled until it lost balance like that. What is that? Tang Li Xue picked a black marble from inside the flash bat. After a quick search on her Immortal World's newbie guide, she managed to find that the black marble was actually a beast core. The beast core has the same use as the human's danshan. Danshan was used to store the human's chi, while the beast core was used to store the beast's vitality energy. Isn't that mean that this thing contains a lot of EXP? Let's try it then. Tang Li Xue popped the black beast core into her mouth. In the instant Tang Li Xue swallowed it down, the black beast core melted in no time, and the great amount of energy erupted from inside Tang Li Xue's body, but it instantly converted into EXP by the system. Congratulations! You achieved level 8, plus 15 stat points, plus 3 skill points. Oh! Good stuff! If only I am strong enough to slaughter all the little critters inside this pagoda. How many levels will I get by eating their beast core? But it was only her wishful thinking. Forgets about defeating all of them. Just defeating one already took too many of her health and stamina. She ate another one of recovery pill, leaving only 5 in her system inventory. While waiting for her injury to recover for a few minutes, Tang Li Xue started to think about how she could explore that dark place full of little critters. After thinking hard and cannot find another solution, Tang Li Xue started to look around the thousands of skills registered inside the skill list panel, and she manages to find an interesting skill that completely suitable for her current misdance. Sigh. There is even a skill like this. I should learn it since long time ago. Night vision ability. Definitely buy. You have gained night vision ability. With this ability, all of her problem to explore this weird pagoda was solved. Tang Li Xue waited 2 hours to make sure all the little critters inside the weird pagoda went back to sleep while she recovered her stamina back to peak. She activated her stealth, silencer, odorless, and night vision skills before opened the pagoda's gate. She started to explore the pagoda full of vigilance, but with her new skill night vision along with her silencer, she was sure everything should be okay now. The windowless pagoda was not that vast, but it was packed full with flash bats. If not hundreds, then there were at least thousands of them inside here, clinging on all over the wall and ceiling. Yes, just like the usual bats that sleep clinging on the cave's ceiling, flash bats also like that, but it could also sleep. Clinging on the wall. Tang Li Xue shuddered in fear and horror when she recalled that she was chased like a flood by all of these little critters. At the same time before, the smell of urine and feces stinks so badly here. It was really a torture for Tang Li Xue's sensitive nose, and it almost made her fainted several times already. After an hour or so, Tang Li Xue sighed in relief after she finished exploring the weird pagoda. She did not forget to close the door after finish it. Sleepy. I want to sleep so badly. 2 more buildings to go and I will go to bed immediately after all of these exploration things over. Let's make it haste. The second building was a big dome juice tea like a baseball stadium. Tang Li Xue's lips twitched violently when she saw this giant-sized building. Just how much the time I will need to explore such a huge building. Sigh. Tang Li Xue was learning from her previous experience now. She did not waste any more time and activated all 5 of her infiltration skills. Stealth, odorless, trail cover, silencer, erasing presence. She could only sustain for more or less 2 minutes when she activated all 5 of them like this, but she needs to do this at least to scout the situation inside the giant dome first, before hiding back again to rest and recharge her stamina. This was the safest way that she could think for now. Different from the weird pagoda from before, the double door gate in this huge dome was open wide and inside also very bright. But Tang Li Xue did not drop her guard at all, on the contrary, she raised her guard even more since this place opened wide and bright. That also means there were people inside. And Tang Li Xue's guess was correct this time, since even before she could step inside the gate, she could already heard many people shouting from inside. Go, 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 go. Fast or you will not get any breakfast today. This place is actually Chapter 26-26. Confinement Fortress. Well, how could she describe this? Chaotic? There were many people here, crowded even, and they were doing different things. There were people that let their demonic beasts fought against each other on the top of the arena, while as their masters they put their bet on their demonic beast to win. The people around them also put their bet on their favorite demonic beast. Hellhound vs Root Deer. Betting ratio equals 10:6. Tang Li Xue dumbfounded. Isn't this like C.O.C.K fighting? But rather than C.O.C.Ks, they using demonic beasts instead. When Tang Li Xue came in, the hellhound already bit Root Deer's neck tightly as its blood gushed out fiercely. Root Deer struggled hard to break away, but it was in vain. Just as everyone thinks that there was no hope for the Root Deer to win, it taps on the ground with its hoof and bong. Pppppssssh. A tree spike came out from the ground and pierced the hellhound's stomach. The hellhound released its bite and lied down powerlessly on the ground. It wailed loudly in pain as his blood poured out non-stop from its wound. You dipshare *t. You make me lost a lot of money. F***ck. What? The use I feed you every day. The tall guy probably was the hellhound's owner, but there was no compassion in his words as he keeps cursing his hellhound, and he even kicks it several times without care about its life and death. Ha ha ha. I win. Yes. Quickly pay me all of you. Ha 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 ha. This scrawny guy was Root Deer, but he only thought of his own bet and money, even though his Root Deer was actually in no better shape than the hellhound. Though it still stood up unsteadily for now. Tang Li Xue watched them full of disgust and contempt. She can't even distinguish which one was humans anymore. It was different from her previous world, where if their dog or cat sick like having a fever, they would bring it immediately to a veterinarian. She quickly went in deeper and ignored all of those inhuman owners. Tang Li Xue deactivated all of her skills except stealth, since she did not need it in here. Inside the giant dome, other than demonic beasts arena. There were many of them sell many kinds of demonic beasts. From small to big inside the cage or its unhatched eggs even. Their beast cores. There were also some vendors that sell pills and herbs. Some even sell all kinds of weapons like sword, saber, etc. This is the black market, isn't it? To think there is a black market at this size inside the farm. It's operating at midnight too. Tang Li Xue spent a few hours to explore this black market. At first she was quite interested on the things there offer, but she quickly lost her interest and looked around quickly to save her time. Well, it was not like she could but anything here. She was a fox after all. And she was also very poor. Watching those things will only make her drool, but she cannot have it and could only watch it from afar. Of course, she could try to steal it, but the majority of people here were wearing blue robe. In other words, most of the people here were at chi condensation stage. Some of them even wearing red robe and black robe. Core disciples and elders. Even someone as daring as Tang Li Xue, she did not want to throw her life in vain here. When Tang Li Xue finished exploring the black market and went out, she realized that the night almost over. She only had 1 or 2 more hours before the sun truly rays come, but she quickly calmed down since only 1 more building left for her to explore. Only 1 more. It should be enough. It should not be a problem if I handle it more carefully this time. Tang Li Xue did not waste any more time and headed to the last building. The last building located at the most remote and barren place on the farm. This time the building was like a small fortress. Smaller than the big dome and the weird pagoda from before, but did not know why Tang Li Xue felt a strong pressure coming out from this small fortress. Tang Li Xue raised her guard to the max in an instant, since even the weird pagoda full of flash bats from before did not emit any noticeable strong pressure like this small fortress. In other words, whatever creatures inside here, it was definitely far stronger than all of the flash bats in the weird pagoda combined. Sigh. I want to go home already. I miss my bed in Xiao Hei's room so badly. But she did not want to give up, not after all the effort, danger, and fighting that she had been through. She had no other choice other than moving forward and finishes this quest as soon as possible. Tang Li Xue activated her stealth, odorless, trail cover, silencer, and erasing presence skills like before to scout the situation first like before. Surprisingly, the double door gate was not locked. Tang Li Xue could push it easily and enter. The light was quite dim inside with only a few torches that illuminate the interior. At least, Tang Li Xue did not need to use her night vision to see her surroundings. Small fortress interior also nothing impressive since it was quite hollow in Tang Li Xue's opinion. The space inside was also very narrow, unlike the fortress at all. At least, for Tang Li Xue it was really narrow despite its size from the outside. Meh. Suit my taste then. I can explore it faster if this place is only this small. Since this small fortress looks safe, Tang Li Xue turned off all of her infiltration skills again except stealth. But when turned them off, O, A, S, W, Tang Li Xue's heart almost leaped out from her mouth when the giant red eyes opened up in front of her. When the gigantic creature rose its head, Tang Li Xue, that still trembling in fright, manages to get a good look at its true form. This. Isn't this a dragon? A true dragon in flesh. Isn't the guide said that the true dragon and phoenix only exist in divine world? The creature in front of her actually resembled the Western dragon in fairy tale book. Species, red eyes winged lizard. Grade, rare. Level, 65. HP, / or not. So it is not a dragon. But it really closes enough with its brown scales, red eyes, and a wide pair of bat-like wings. At first, Tang Li Xue was really scared, but after she saw countless chains as thick as the barrel tightly bounded that red-eyes winged lizard, her fear vanished in an instant. Moreover, although its figure was very scary and intimidating, but Tang Li Xue could feel that this fake dragon was actually quite kind and warm-hearted from its words. Since if it wanted to kill her, he would done so already. Without asked something like that. Rare grade. Level 65. Damn. This fake dragon must be only one step away from evolving into a spirit beast. S. 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 I. S. I. I. S. 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 The fake dragon sighed in disappointment, and it's starting to depress over himself. Okay, I changed my mind, this dumb fake dragon is not kind and warm-hearted at all. OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 27-27, Mr. Fake Dragon Previous Life Must Be. Tang Li Xue pointed her tiny paw at the fake dragon, then hugged herself like being bounded and made thumb down gesture. You, being bounded, uncool. She even spat to the ground while put her disdain expression in the end. The red-eyes winged lizard current dumbfounded expression right now was identical with Xiao Hei's first reaction when he met with Tang Li Xue. You. Are you really a savage beast? Impossible. How could your intelligence already so high when you still only a savage beast? You must be a spirit beast in disguise. Right. But, that's also impossible. I don't feel any vitality energy emitting out from your body, so you must be still a savage beast. The fake dragon still blinked its eyes again and again in disbelief, like trying to wake up from a dream while keep shaking its giant head like a rattle drum. Tang Li Xue rolled back her eyes in disdain. She really looking down on this frog in the bottom of the well, fake dragon that never sees the world. Come on, for God's sake, you are a fake dragon that only one step away from becoming a spirit beast. Is this really that big of a deal? The red-eyes winged lizard woke up from its stupor after it saw Tang Li Xue's disdain expression keep increasing toward him. Cough. Cough. Kid, where are you come from? Who is your master? Are you lost? The red-eyes winged lizard coughed up a few times, then put its dignified expression back. Tisk, it's already too late for you to act like a respectable fake dragon. Tang Li Xue thought, but she was trying to buy some time to explore this place, so she would try to act a bit nicer to this fake dragon for now. Tang Li Xue sat on the ground and put her two paws on her back, then started to put cold murderous expression on her face. She was currently acted like how Xiao Hei usually appears in front of others, cold and aloof. So you are the pet of that mo brat? Sigh. The red-eyes winged lizard sighed, and its eyes were full of reminiscing. Then he keeps quiet for a few seconds while staring at Tang Li Xue intensely. Kid. No. Lass, tell me frankly. Do you fell in love with that mo brat? That's why you follow him back here? At first, Tang Li Xue thought that the red-eyes winged lizard only trying to tease her, but after seeing its dead serious expression, Tang Li Xue realized that this fake dragon was trying to tell her something important. Tang Li Xue considered it for a few minutes seriously. Was she really fallen in love with Xiao Hei before? That was why she follows him here? Meh. Of course not. To be honest, if I can make my own flame and cooking my own roasted meat with these tiny paws of mine, I will probably not come to this *TTY trap hole full of scheming and cruel cultivators. That was really the truth. Tang Li Xue was a poor sickly girl. In her previous life, she lived in slum, never ate any delicious food, and she even often starved for a few days, even half a month. In this new life, the one that she worries the most besides her survival was not happiness but food. As long as she can eat delicious food every day until she was full, then that it was already happiness for her. You should never say that she was a glutton or a dumb. Because of her choice, because someone that said that certainly never felt starved for a few days or even a half month before. We could actually see this easily if the world really in the brick of apocalypse, what all humans do would be stocking food and drink in the bunker, not gold or money. In the end, Tang Li Xue shook her head to indicate that she did not have any feelings for Xiao He. That is good then. Remember this, lass. Humans are evil and treacherous creatures. You should never believe in what they say. Do you hear me? Never believe in human. They. Red Eyes Winged Lizard said with a serious tone with even a hint of threatening. What's wrong with this fake dragon? Is it fallen in love with human before? And betrayed? This is bad though, it's too emotional for her now. I should calm him down first or I will never finish my quest like this. Tang Li Xue nodded her head while waving her paws around to calm down the Red Eyes Winged Lizard, but it could feel that Tang Li Xue did not believe in it. Lass, I know that you don't believe me. Then I will ask you. First, did you see what happened in that black market? Why are those demonic beasts did not rebel or reject their master's order to fight each other to death? The Red Eyes Winged Lizard asked seriously while kept staring at Tang Li Xue. That's right. Why? This question was also ringing in Tang Li Xue's mind before, but she decided to forget about it for now and focus on finishing her quest first. The answer is simple. Master-servant contract. Once it signed, the demonic beast would never be able to reject its master order. And if the master is dead, their contracted demonic beast life would be dead too. While if the demonic beast dead, its master would not be affected at all. The Red Eyes Winged Lizard explained patiently to Tang Li Xue. Tang Li Xue stunned by the fake dragon's explanation. What the hell with that unfair contract? This queen would never sign it even if this queen's life is at stake. Do you think you can reject it? Haha. If you are weaker than the human that wanted to contract you, then that human can force you into signing the contract whatever you like or not. Heck, that human don't even need to be stronger than you, they can ask for their elders' help. They. Red Eyes Winged Lizard could read Tang Li Xue's expression and explained it. Tang Li Xue's expression turned darker and gloomier each time she heard the fake dragon's explanation. But, Xiao He would not force me to sign that unfair contract, right? I mean, we are friends, right? Do you think that Mo Brat is different than the other? Because he did not force you to sign that master-servant contract until now? Wrong. He did not do it before because you are still a savage beast. You still have not formed your beast core yet, so he cannot make you sign the master-servant contract. The moment you become a demonic beast, he would certainly force you to sign it immediately. The Red Eyes Winged Lizard mercilessly trampled Tang Li Xue's hope with his words. Tang Li Xue was really depressed right now, even her ears and tail turned limp. Looking at the despaired Tang Li Xue, Red Eyes Winged Lizard also felt guilty, so he tried to comfort her. Listen up, lass. It's not my intention to put pressure on you, but I only wanted you to know your situation clearly. When I see that you have a high intelligence, I could feel that you will have a bright future in front of you. Your chance to become a spirit beast probably higher than mine. The Red Eyes Winged Lizard said to Tang Li Xue as its gaze toward her turned gentler. I don't want you to be disillusioned by that Mo Brat. I don't want you to be daydreaming all day to marry that Mo Brat. Because human and beast would never have a happy ending. In my tens of thousand years of my life, I never witness any happy ending between human and beast. The Red Eyes Winged Lizard still tried to convince Tang Li Xue, but Tang Li Xue already entered deep into her thinking mode, so she cannot hear the Red Eyes Winged Lizard's words anymore. Damn it! What a close call. Fortunately, I met with this fake dragon before I evolved further to uncommon grade. It would be too late if Xiao He already forced me into signing that master-servant contract. I have to start to make a new plan for my future. On the contrary to how the red-eyes winged lizards see, Tang Li Xue did not feel that depressed or frustrated at all. She even already started to think a way to escape from this Azura demon sect safely. When you become a spirit beast you may be able to gain a human form, then you probably started to think that love between human and beast is possible this way. But that is a really big mistake. Spirit beast's life could last for hundreds of thousands of years, but human? Even if they are high-ranked cultivators, they could only live for a few thousands of years. The red-eyes winged lizard kept blabbering on and on. Maybe the relationship between human and beast could last for tens or even hundreds of years, but that's it. Humans would start to feel bored and then they would begin to search for new women or men to satisfy their desire. Us, the beasts, are always devoted and faithful, only love one mate in our entire life, but humans are different from us. They are the treacherous species where they would say A today and say B tomorrow. They cannot be trusted at all. Tang Li Xue's mouth started to twitch violently as her patience growing thin. *CK. This fake dragon really can talk. Mr. Fake Dragon, you must be a lecturer or a lawyer in your previous life, aren't you? Aren't you? No, he must be a religious preacher, as all of his words are so damn convincing. Even I started to hate humans now, even though I am a human in my previous life. Enough. Stupid. I want to negotiate, talk to OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 28-28, Promise. Without waiting for the chatterbox fake dragon to stop its preaching, Tang Li Xue put some gesture to show to the fake dragon. Tang Li Xue pointed at the thick chain that bound the red-eyes winged lizard, pointed back at herself, then make a breaking gesture in the end. You, little lass, want to release me? Pfft. Wahahaha. So funny, wahahaha. The red-eyes winged lizard laughed out loud until all of the chains that bound it shook violently, as if it was hearing the funniest joke. Listen up, little lass, all of these chains are forged from the rare precious metal. Forget about your tiny little claws, even if core formation stage human hacking it with an axe FOR hundreds of times still won't be able to put any dent on it. The red-eyes winged lizard sighed in resignation while shaking his head. After hearing that, Tang Li Xue started to run around and searching for something. Oi! Oi! Oi, little lass, what are you searching for? I know. Is it a key? You are searching for the key, aren't you? Then it is futile, that bald fatty is the one that keeps it. The fake dragon said it while keep staring at Tang Li Xue. That's still running around. Damn. So this chain's key is on that Xiao Hei's uncle? Then it's impossible for me to take it for now. *T, why is it like this? Isn't RPG's law always stated that the key definitely stored in the same building? Tang Li Xue thought that she could release this big old fake dragon and escape together from this sect, but it looks like that this idea was not feasible anymore, since she did not have any more way to release this fake dragon. Nevertheless, Tang Li Xue was still pretending to frantically search for the key now. Her true motive was to explore all the small rooms and the area around the fake dragon to finish her quest. Ding! Quest completed. Reward, level +3, +1, skill point +45, +11, stat point +9, +2, 150, +38, deity coins. Ding! Congratulations! You achieved level 11, +45 stat points, +9 skill points. Your level reached maximum cap. +1 level will be stored for later use. Congratulations! You have reached level 11. Second evolution. Menu available. Yes. Thank God. At last, this quest completed. But this system is really stingy, why I don't get any additional reward now? Sigh. Forget it. The most important thing is I can evolve once more now, or not, since if I evolve to a demonic beast and form my beast core, then Xiao Hei or another human with higher cultivation than me can force me to sign the master-servant contract. Sigh, what a bad luck. Tang Li Xue sat back again in front of the fake dragon after exploring, searching around, but she finds that the fake dragon put on its dumbfounded expression once more. What's wrong with this mental fake dragon now? You. What happened to you? Little lass, I can feel that you got stronger suddenly without doing anything other than running around. The red-eyes winged lizard asked suspiciously while brought its giant head closer to Tang Li Xue. Tang Li Xue panicked a bit. She was afraid that this fake dragon finds out about her secret, so she immediately put sleepy act and yawned, since she was also afraid that the fake dragon would blabbering non-stop and not let her leave. Oh. Maybe it's only my feeling. Cough. Well, I will gift you something as our first meeting gift. The red-eyes winged lizard raised its large claw and moved it toward Tang Li Xue. Tang Li Xue reflexes kicked in and she wanted to retreat back, but after thinking that this fake dragon did not have any intention to hurt her, she quickly relaxed back. The red-eyes whinge. Lizard giant claws tip touched Tang Li Xue's forehead gently. The blinding crimson light engulfed Tang Li Xue in an instant. If someone saw this scene, they would probably be thinking that the red-eyes winged lizard actually cursing Tang Li Xue. Ding! You have received winged lizard blessing. What the hell is this? Listen up, little lass. With this, no human weaker than me can force you to sign the master-servant contract from now on. Of course, with the exception if you sign it voluntarily yourself. Let's see, since I am practically invincible under nascent soul stage, so no human below nascent soul stage can force you. The red-eyes winged lizard explained while nodded, satisfied that Tang Li Xue obediently trusted. But if Tang Li Xue ran in fear, then the red-eyes winged lizard would not bother to give her its blessing anymore or explain it. Seriously. With this, I don't need to worry about becoming a slave of other people. You are so kind. Too bad you are a chatterbox and ugly. Do not be too happy yet, little lass. What if the human that cannot force you to submit to become their pet decide to kill you in the end out of anger? The fake dragon words were like splashing cold water to the happy Tang Li Xue. Tang Li Xue instantly became sulk again. The red-eyes winged lizard realized what it did and panicked a bit, then it tried to cheer Tang Li Xue up again. Sorry, little lass. It was not my intention to. How about this? If you manage to release me someday, then I promise that I will become your mount. How about that? Tang Li Xue's dim eyes shone brightly like a pair of blue stars in an instant. Become my mount? This is serious, right? You do not lie to me, right? Holish asterisk T. A fox like me riding a dragon. Woa, so dreamy. I cannot wait anymore. Yuhi. Tang Li Xue was still drowning deep in her fantasy and grinning by herself. But remember, you should be careful too. Do not force yourself and risk your life to get the key. It will be futile if you get caught while you are trying to steal it. The fake dragon chatterbox mode triggered again, and it kept reminded Tang Li Xue again and again. Tang Li Xue felt annoyed, but her heart also warmed up while thinking, maybe this is how having a mother should be. Keep nagging and worry about me. Tang Li Xue always felt like she was an orphan in her previous life, since her mother died when giving birth to her, and her father ran away leaving only his debt behind. While in this life, she was once again alone without any parents beside her. Tang Li Xue waved her paw toward the fake dragon saying goodbye for today while promised to it that she would come again later with her gesture. After Tang Li Xue left the fake dragon's fortress, someone came out from nowhere inside the fortress near the fake dragon. Is that Uniar's pet? What a smart and interesting fox. The red-eyes winged lizard was opened up its mouth in surprise and quickly turned its giant head toward where that sound comes from. It found out that the sound came from a wrinkled old man with long white beard and white hair. But the creepiest was not even the fake dragon and Tang Li Xue know how long this old man entered this fortress. Did he came before or after Tang Li Xue enter the fortress? No one knew. Not even the strong red-eyes winged lizard. The person that the red-eyes winged lizard hated the most, Xiao Hei's grandfather, Mo Chanming. Mo Chanming's expression was kind and humble with a gentle smile that kept plastered on his face all the time, but in this entire Azura demon sect, only the red-eyes winged lizard knew how cruel and heartless this old man was. I wonder what are you and that fox talking about for so long? Mo Chanming turned his head and staring at the red-eyes winged lizard. The red-eyes winged lizard actually cannot talk and it communicated with Tang Li Xue directly into her mind using telepathy while Tang Li Xue communicated with it using her gesture. That was why Mo Chanming cannot hear any words the two of them. The red-eyes winged lizard stared back at Mo Chanming, full of disgust and pretended to not hear anything. The red-eyes winged lizard lowered its giant head back to the ground. It completely ignored Mo Chanming, and went back to sleep. Mo Chanming did not get angry since the red-eyes winged lizard reaction toward him was always like he only turned back his gaze toward where Tang Li Xue heading back to. With his usual creepy gentle smile, Tang Li Xue's head was really hurt right now. There were many things that she must do, from thinking about her escape plan. Should she steal the fake dragon's key and release the fake dragon before escaping, to how she will handle her own evolution. Whatever, to hell with all those things. What I want and need the most right now is to lie down comfortably on my warm and cozy pillow. Xiao Hei's body then fell asleep. But after she went back to Xiao Hei's courtyard, before she was entering his room, pray that bastard Lin Xiang. I swear I will torture and kill him one day. OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 29-29, 2. Choices. Oh. What happens to Xiao Hei when I was gone? Tang Li Xue wanted to sneak in to see what exactly happened inside. She activated her stealth skill and jumped into Xiao Hei's room from the side window. Like Tang Li Xue's guess, Xiao Hei was really inside his room. But his current appearance is really messy. Bloodshot eyes, disheveled hair, and clothes combined with his pale face, even Tang Li Xue cannot bear to look at him like this. But Tang Li Xue did not want to interrupt Xiao Hei's business. So she only watched from the corner of the room for now, and silently listening what they talking about. Xiao Hei was not alone in his room, there was also his subordinate kneeled in front of him silently in the room, keep informing information to Xiao Hei. To summary it all, Xiao Hei was in deep trouble this time. His faction already lacked resources before, but now his fatty uncle pressured him even more through Elder Lu. Elder Lu was a renowned alchemist with high ranking in Azura demon sect, and no need to be asked again, he was in cahoots with Xiao Hei's fatty uncle. For all the renowned alchemists that worked for Azura demon sect, the sect would provide all the herbs and materials that the alchemists needed to concocting the pills. But they must give 80% of the pills that they successfully concocted to the sect, while T. Hei could take the remaining 20%. However, Elder Lu pressured Xiao Hei's faction that he would only concoct their pills if they give him 50%, while Xiao Hei could only take another 50%. That was why Xiao Hei, fuming with rage, imagined 20% of The sect total pills was already unimaginable wealth, but Elder Lu asked for 50% of it now. It was the same as asking the dragons for half of the blood in their body. But the certain fox that lie down relaxed on the corner of the room before suddenly stood up. Her eyes turned into slit, and her mouth curled upward as she imagined how much wealth in that greedy Elder Liu's possession. That whatever Lu definitely have so many pills in his room that he would be unable to count it all anymore. He probably would not even know it if I took a few bottles of pills from there. The more Tang Li Xue thought about it, the more excited she becomes, even her silky furry tails wagging faster and faster. However, in the end, Xiao He could not do anything to Elder Lu since he was under the fatty uncle's protection, and Xiao He could only try to discuss the pills allocation with Elder Lu even further, or trying to find a new renowned high-ranking alchemist to become Xiao He's faction personal alchemist. But it was easier to say than do it though, since high-ranking alchemist that could concoct high-grade pills was not a cabbage that you could find anywhere. All of them were truly rare, only 1 in 10,000, and most of them already join one of the virtuous sects, alchemist sect. Xiao He rubbed his aching head and sent his subordinate out to do his own job back. Only after Xiao He closed his own room's door that he realized that Tang Li Xue already back into his room. Xiao Bai, where did you go last night? Do you know I am so worried about you? Xiao He walked toward Tang Li Xue and gently hugged her. Oh, I am sorry. Tang Li Xue closed her eyes comfortably when Xiao He stroked and combed her silky fur gently from her head to her back. If you dare to not go back again like last night, then this seat will not cook your favorite roasted meat for you the next day. Do you understand? Xiao He reprimanded Tang Li Xue harshly. Tang Li Xue did not know that Xiao He was actually waiting for her to come back for the entire night yesterday. He even began to panic when the sun has raised, but his favorite Xiao Bai still did not come back. This was also the reason for his disheveled look. If it was his usual self, he would never show this kind of pitiful appearance to his own subordinates, since it will only show them his weakness. Do not look that Xiao He always treated Tang Li Xue like his pet, but actually, no one really knows, since when Tang Li Xue occupied the most important part in Xiao He's heart now. Xiao He never knew who his mother was, and his father was always very strict toward him, too strict even. So Xiao He was really cannot feel his father's love toward he only knew that his father was a very responsible guy toward sect, and he always training like a possessed person. No one knows, but the one that closest to him was actually Feng Yi, the aide that betrayed him. They always training together since little, and Feng Yi was always beside Xiao He, doing all of Xiao He's orders perfectly without any mistake. For Xiao He, Feng Yi was his childhood friend, her brother, closer than his own father, and a very reliable subordinate. The most painful of Feng Yi's betrayal was actually not that black dagger wound that almost took Xiao He's life, but the wound that scarring his heart, his belief, his trust, and how he truly sees this world as. That was also why Xiao He killed Feng Yi at that instant before, because he was afraid that after he heard Feng Yi's excuse, Xiao He, will really forgive Feng Yi in the end. Even after Feng Yi betrayed him. At the moment that Xiao He lost his closest brother, his most important subordinate, and a childhood friend he fully trusted, his Xiao Bai came into his world, replacing Feng Yi as its pillar before his world completely crumbles to pieces. It was really a series of coincidences actually. If at that time the one that helped Xiao He was a human, he would definitely not feel this way. He would become suspicious and paranoid, thinking that the person that helped him would definitely want something from him. In the end, he would only award them generously and say goodbye to them. But the one that helped him was actually a small powerless savage beast. With her tiny body, she brings him to a safe place. then search for his antidote from the entire moonlight forest that was full of danger. She even used such precious rare herbs that can cure critical wounds in an instant to treat him. It was very difficult for Xiao Hei's heart to not be moved by Tang Li Xue's kindness and devotion. For the current Xiao Hei, Tang Li Xue was his world's pillar. He was so sure that Tang Li Xue would not like the traitorous Feng Yi. He was also so sure that as a beast, Tang Li Xue would faithfully follow him as long as he treats her very well. But you know, I think this kind of coincidence was actually not really a coincidence, but it caused by the lucky sticker that Tang Li Xue used when she saved Xiao Hei before. However, since luck was intangible and no one could actually prove it, so let's skip it for now. With Tang Li Xue in his embrace, Xiao Hei's strained nerve quickly loosened up, and when he playing around with Tang Li Xue in a relaxed manner on his bed, he accidentally fell asleep in the end. Tang Li Xue was staring at Xiao Hei's sleeping face intensively while red eyes winged lizard's words and warning keep playing in her mind again and again. Xiao Hei, if I really evolve, would you really sigh? Unfortunately, there is no if in this world. I, Tang Li Xue, would never put my life on the other people's hands anymore. Not even God. Her mother died giving birth to her, her father ran away, leaving only his debt, while her big brother sustained PVS persistent vegetate state, after working hard to pay for her medication fee. Since then Tang Li Xue always believed that if she leaned to earth, the earth will crumble, and if she relied on heaven, the heaven will collapse. She could never rely on anyone but herself. Tang Li Xue also ended up sleeping in Xiao Hei's embrace. Since she was so tired running around, fighting, and exploring for the entire night until morning. When Tang Li Xue opened up her sleepy eyes and woke up, it was already noon. Xiao Hei already went to work, but he already cooked Tang Li Xue's roasted meat personally and put it nicely on the table for her to eat as soon as she woke up. While eating her favorite roasted meat, Tang Li Xue decided to check her second evolution menu list to see what kind of species that she capable of evolving along with its requirement for her evolution. You can choose between second evolution or forming Danshan. Which one do you choose? PFFFFFTTTT. Cough. 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 Tang Li Xue almost choked to death because of these sudden choices. OceanoFPDF.com Chapter 30-30, Tang Li Xue's choice. Forming Danshan. Wuaa. Is it means that I can transform into my human form now? Or, not? Since it did not mention anything about human form. Meh, what is the point then? It is utterly useless, isn't it? Since I can form my Danshan and regain my human form when I evolve into spirit beast. Tang Li Xue stopped eating her roasted meat and began to consider her next choice. If she chose second evolution, then she will one step closer to regain her human form. She will also get her current stats tripled like before, and get another Divine ability as her trump card. But she always felt that her almighty system would never give any feudal choice for her. Tang Li Xue tried to think about the pros and the cons if she forms her Danshan earlier. Tang Li Xue squinted her eyes in realization when she found out that this damn system actually setting up a fatal trap for her. Yes, it was a fatal trap. Actually, Tang Li Xue did not have any other choice other than choose to form her Danshan now. Why? The answer was simple. If we assumed that she chose second evolution and manages to evolve into a spirit beast soon, then regain her human form, but all her beast power would be sealed temporarily, including all her stats, skills, and divine abilities. She would be as defenseless as a chicken without any means to protect herself, although she will have Danshan at that time, but she would need to cultivate from the very bottom. However, what if she began her cultivation from now? When She evolved into spirit beast and all her beast power. Temporarily sealed, she still has her cultivation in her. Danshan as her means to protect herself. So is it means I can cultivate like in Wuxia novel and Li. RN. Martial arts from now on. Damn, this is good too. And the most exciting about this is, I can awaken my martial soul. Ha ha ha. She would also have more time to evolve her martial soul. Step by step according to her plan to get it into the invincible martial soul grade in her dream. Of course, this choice also had its own disadvantage. For example, after forming Danshan, her level would probably reset back to 1 and she needs to increase her level 1 by 1 again like before. The level up this time would probably harder and need more EXP than before. Also according to the previous pattern, she would need to reach level 16 this time to evolve into demonic beast and form her own beast core. I guess it can't be helped. I really want to choose second evolution, but I am afraid that after I form my beast core, I must wait until I evolved into spirit beast to be able to form my Danshan. Sigh. Tang Li Xue would never think that this choice of her would bring unimaginable benefit for her when she evolved into a spirit beast in the future. Since she already decided to form her Danshan first, then her problem right now was only to decide where and when she would form her Danshan, since she was afraid that it would create a greater phenomenon than when she evolved for the first time in Moonlight Forest before. This problem gave Tang Li Xue quite a headache, since there was no deserted place here for her to be alone to form her Danshan safely and quietly without anyone noticing it. Then Tang Li Xue suddenly remembered her dragon mommy. She means that Chatterbox Dragon's place. That prison fortress was deserted enough and she could even ask for that dragon mommy to protect her while she attempts to form her Danshan there. That fake dragon probably would not reject her request. As for the time, she decided to do it tomorrow morning rather than night, because if she triggered the spectacular phenomenon and make that kind of blinding silver light like before, she was afraid that it would be too eye-catching if she did it at night, and the probability for getting caught was a lot higher too. At least, if she did it in the morning, sunlight would cover had silver light to some extent. Tang Li Xue's nerve calmed down a lot after she made her choice and plan for everything. Come to think of it, the system never says that I cannot take a peek at the second evolution list before making my choice. I am really so smart. Let's take a peek then. Wahahaha. I always wonder what kind of species can I evolve into next time, and what are all the requirements for its evolution. Tang Li Xue skipped all the low requirement species since it should be trash tier fox species, and only glanced at the species with the highest requirement like usual. Out of tens of fox species, she only found 3 with the highest requirements for evolution. Royal Moon Fox REQ, strength equals 200, agility equals 300, toughness equals 200, take moonlight bath for 99 days, need to hold a crystal moon gem to evolve. Mystic Moon Fox REQ, strength equals 250, agility equals 250, toughness equals 200, take moonlight bath for 88 days, need to absorb a certain amount of mystic fog to evolve. Spirit Moon Fox REQ, strength equals 225, agility equals 250, toughness equals 225, take moonlight bath for 77 days, can only evolve under the full moon, need to learn at least one spirit-related divine ability to evolve. All of them sound so powerful and cool. It's really hard to choose. But ugh! What the hell with those evolution requirements? So high and complicated. Now Tang Li Xue became even more certain that the system was actually only trolling at her when it gave her second evolution choice. Look at that, all those crazy requirements. She did not even fulfill any single one of those requirements. As for the stats requirement, she only had 519 from the total of her current strength, agility, toughness, and her free stat points, while she actually needs 700 to be able to fulfill the evolution requirement. And also, what the hell is this crystal moon gem, mystic fog, and, spirit-related divine ability? You must be joking, right? Where I could find any of those? System. You must be joking with me, right? Tang Li Xue felt her headache become even more painful. Now when she was thinking about where she could find all of those weird items needed for her evolution, and she doubted that she could find any of it in this sect. After finished eating all of her roasted meat, Tang Li Xue decided to forget all of her evolution problems for now, since she already decided to form her danshin first. Tang Li Xue did not have any more tasks since her level stuck at the maximum cap for now and she cannot level up further, so she decided to wander around the sect and raising her skills level like odorless, trail cover, silencer, erasing presence, and jump for today, since she needs them to reach mastered level as soon as possible. Odorless skill has increased to LV5. Trail cover skill has increased to LV4. Silencer skill has increased to LV4. Erasing presence skill has increased to LV4. Jump skill has increased to LV4. Tang Li Xue nodded her head in satisfaction for her training result today and checked her current status. Species, Moon Fox. Grade, Common. Level 11, Samaritan. Cultivation technique, none. Martial arts, none. Divine ability, Mirror of the Moon, Ice Bolt, innate, agility. Stats. HP, 6,800/6,800. Strength, 120. Agility, 160. Toughness 60. Skills, Rip, LV2, Sharp Claws, LV2, Stealth, LV2, Sprint, LV2, Identify, LV5, Herbalism, LV3, Odorless, LV5, Trail Cover, LV4, Silencer, LV4, Erasing Presence, LV4, Jump, LV4, Night Vision, LV2. Stats point, 199. Skill point, 32. Item, Immortal World's Newbie Guide, 2x2 times EXP. Card, 1 hour, 5x Recovery Pill, 5x Stamina Pill, 1x Bad Luck. Sticker, 1x Greater Lucky Sticker, 1x Bronze Lottery Ticket, 1x Silver Lottery Ticket, 1x Cultivation Voucher, 698 Deity Coins, Level 10 Beginner Gift Package. Oh. Yeah. How could I forget this treasure box? Level 10. Beginner Gift Package.